Hi everyone, welcome to this short video where I'm going to talk a little bit about journaling and some workshops I've got coming up, which is to help you understand how you can use journaling in your day-to-day life, and also the background for some of the workshops and courses that I run. Um, so journaling is something that more people have become aware of, that only used to be something used within psychotherapy. If clients came, we used to encourage the clients to write down their experiences, their stories, their ideas, their thoughts. So I thought today I'd just introduce people a bit more to journaling, what it is and how it can help, and also what some of that process can elicit in terms of the mind, body, and spirit. So, journaling is the act of writing down one's thoughts or feelings and experiences, as I said, into a personal journal. And I use journals all the time. And actually, like my t-shirts, I created my own journal because I actually love to write down all the different ideas I have, when I get creative. And here's another journal. And if you like to find some of my journals, I've got them on Amazon. Just put my name, Melanie Gabby, in the search bar. So it's the idea of putting down your thoughts and feelings. And one of the reasons that this can really help people is that we can be bombarded every day with all the different um, thoughts and ideas and lists that we've got in our day-to-day life. And sometimes that can become a little bit overwhelming. We can either start to feel stressed or just generally overwhelmed by the sheer enormity of what we feel that we have to do on a day-to-day basis. So when there's a lot of busyness in the mind, there are different practices that we teach people that they can start to use in a very simple way, day to day, that can help slow down the speed in which they can feel bombarded. They can reduce their stress levels, but also the process of actually starting to write down in a journal any of those ideas, any of those thoughts, stories you've had, any dreams you've had, is useful information in lots of different ways. One is it actually helps create some space in the brain so that you don't have that sense of stress and bombardment. Sometimes people do it in the evening, and they can reflect on the day and think about what's gone well that day, what hasn't gone well that day, and what other things they'd like to do to help them in their own personal development, changes they'd like to make in their day-to-day life or work. Sometimes we can use it in the morning when we wake up and we're getting lots of different dreams. And people who want to deepen their understanding about dreams and the process can really start to capture those. And again, it helps free up some of the information that's held within our conscious and subconscious mind. So it's been used for centuries in different ways as a tool for reflection, self-discovery, and personal growth. And so the importance of journaling lies in that ability to help us process our emotions, gain further insights into your thoughts and feelings and your behaviors over time. And when you do something over a period of time and you use journals and you put a day on the entry that day, it can help us track back what has gone well, things that we thought of that we might have forgotten, ideas that come to us time to time, so that when we're less overwhelmed or we've got less stress going on, we're able to reconnect with that information, then decide, is it helpful? Is there anything I need to do with that? Or has just the process itself of writing that down being enough? The idea of journaling, the history of that dates right back to ancient Rome, and lots of scholars and philosophers utilize that as a way of recording their ideas. Often we can hang on to information because we're scared of losing track with that. Um, for people that I've worked with over the last few decades that experience depression and anxiety, what can happen is that when your depression increases and you come out of turbulent times or overwhelming periods or crises in your life, if you've kept a journal, when you look back at that, say like at the end of the month, and you have a look at how your weeks have gone, what people with depression can find that they can sometimes forget that they've had some good days, some good moments in, time out with friends and really enjoyed that. And they can also start to see where there's an accumulative effect, that when they start to deploy some new habits, create some new things that they hadn't done before, and they can start to log what that experience was like, they can start to also notice whether or not they get more and more better days. It also helps build trust and faith in the idea that actually people even that have gone through really tough times and experienced really difficult times with depression or even severe mental health issues, they can start to notice that actually things can improve, stabilize, and also learn what's helped you get to that place. So it's always really important to think about in terms of your own resilience. If you've gone through overwhelm, gone through stress or crises, what were the factors that were in place at the time that helped move you through? Was it connections? Was it friendships? Was it people in the family, someone to talk to? Was it a clinician that you had, a therapist? Did you take up did you get somewhere else to live? Was it the environment that changed? So it's worth having a look at that, so that if you do think, if you feel like you might go through a crisis again, or there are bumps along the way in terms of different time points at work where you can get stressed and you need to access all the resources, it's really useful then to log those. So just a sort of quick um, set of ideas to help you understand how you can approach it. So find yourself a nice journal that you like the picture of. That's already starts to reconnect you with positive feelings. Find a nice pen to use and start to record or decide what time of the day. So, like I said, sometimes first thing in the morning when you've had dreams and come out with ideas and inspiration, it's good to capture those thoughts. Then you can go off and have a shower and get ready for work. At the end of the day is the time for not to procrastinate over what went wrong, but to think about what went right, what worked, what did you enjoy about that day. You can even rate the day out of 10, 10 being amazing and one being absolutely horrible. And you can rate those different activities, those different things that you did. If you didn't do much that day, you can still rate what was the day generally like as a subjective score. If it felt like a 7, it was okay. Had a conversation with a friend, watch some TV programs that I liked, and approach it in that way. Also, finding a quiet space where you won't get disrupted for 10 minutes, half an hour. If you've got young children, that's usually when they've gone to bed. And find that quiet space, have some downtime, get comfortable, and just reflect on the thoughts and feelings that are passing through your mind. If you're really new to it, don't make it a big thing. Just start the process of writing free flow, like a stream of consciousness, where you just put down different thoughts and feelings. And even, I don't know what to write in this journal. I don't really know what to think about. And just that process can get you going, can kickstart you. Um, Write freely and, like I said, reflect on the day, think about what's gone well. And you can have a section that is looking at any difficulties that you have, and any problems or puzzles that you'd like to find the solution to. And the more that you do that, the more that you engage with your thoughts that are coming through, the subconscious is almost getting a message to say, hey, she's starting to pay attention, he's starting to pay attention to what information is there, and more information can come forward. At the end of the week, you can look back at the week and have a look at those different days and see what you discover about yourself. How many things did you do that you didn't enjoy? How many things did you do that you did? And what other insights or inspiration have you gained? And then you can write what emotions, ideas, feelings come to you as a result of doing that review. So if you want to go deeper on the sort of processes, you can have a look at a book that was been written by Abraham Hicks, and they've got 20 different processes in that book that you can access and use to really get a deeper understanding of yourself. And then for people who aren't very good at recognizing their own celebrations of the things that you've done well that week, you need to find something that you feel that maybe you overlook sometimes that you achieved. And that could be that you had a good sleep, that you got up and managed to get around and get some chores done, even though you felt very tired, or you stuck to the 5 minutes every day of doing some stretching, some breathing exercises. So you want to celebrate the small wins. These are the things that help us release that a good feeling factor in our systems, and what gives us the fuel to motivate us to do the same the following week. Over time, you get an accumulative effect. There's like a momentum that builds up as you start to see what unfolds and how much more you can experience the good aspects of your life. So that's pretty much about journaling. I'm going to run a workshop on journaling where we go into more detail. So if you're interested in that workshop, send me an email of mailgbb555@hotmail.com and just put in the subject bar journaling workshop, and I'll send you the link with the dates, and you can decide whether you want to do that at that time. It's usually about 2 or 3 hours, and it gives us a chance to really get to think about the kind of things that we experience on a day to day, the thoughts that are going through our heads, what feelings are activated a lot of the time, and how we can start to monitor and measure our own experience without it being a laborious task and something that we can enjoy. So also consider capturing some mantras. So mantras can help us when we're starting the process of personal development of, I'm getting better and better at journaling. I'm doing better and better at sticking to my routines. I'm feeling good about the walk that I did this week. This also helps us shift some of the internal mindset loops that we can get caught in. But again, I go into much more depth in those workshops. So if you want to spend a bit of time discovering yourself, what kind of things you already do that helps you, and discover more about not just journaling, but a wider range of tools that can help move you further along your own journey, and get to experience some of the better feelings that you're aiming for, that you're driving for, that you would want to feel more and more at the time, then send me an email and I will send you that link. I'll also send you some of these tips as well so that you've got them there to hand. So just pop me an email. Thank you.